There are a variety of leadership models, definitions, and interpretations of what makes someone an effective leader. While it is helpful to read and learn about leadership, I think you begin to have a story once you do leadership in practice and not just in theory. So let's explore your leadership story. How do you define leadership, and what is your approach for those you lead?
So I think my role in legal affairs starts with trying to help empower my team to become the best professionals they can be, whether it's here at Pew or if they go on to bigger and better things, and to encourage communication and collaboration. I think that the ability to communicate clearly, both up and down, is really important as a professional. And so, I think I have to figure out how I can help them to understand what their role is, how they can expand their role, both within the team and within the department and within the institution, and in turn how they can help support me in my leadership of them and in my leadership within the department and the institution.
Great. Do you do that by weekly meetings? Do you have an agenda in those meetings?
Yeah, so we have weekly team meetings. We begin every weekly team meeting with a joke. That's a requirement. I do think having a sense of humor is really important in leadership. Our weekly team meeting has a number of agenda items that are static, issues that are really important to the work of the team and kind of the risk for the institution. So whether we talk about lobbying, we talk about ethics, we talk about contracts, all of those fun things.
Yes.
That we have to be concerned about. And then we also have we reserve more than enough time to have an interchange on other things that just have kind of come up during the week. I also have very much a literal open door policy, both figuratively and literally. My calendar is probably one of the most challenging in the department. I have a lot of meetings that I go to, but it's really important for me to know that people feel comfortable just dropping by. And so if I'm in my office, it's very rare that I'm ever going to say, no, I don't have time to talk. Usually that's because something very pressing is going on. I really want to take the time to push back from the keyboard and say, sure, what do you need? What do you need to talk about? And I encourage that on my team too, whether it's hallway chats, you're crossing in the hallway, you're coming from the printer, this is what I'm thinking, what do you think about that, a gut check. It's really important to try to figure out ways to encourage that productive flow of communication. And I know that the two directors that work with me also have their own versions of those smaller meetings with their teams.
Great. How does the world of management and leadership intersect for you?
Yeah. So I think leadership for me is much broader. You don't need to manage someone to be a leader. And leadership is about,